Prayers, and we meet every Sunday to talk about the success stories and progress towards a certification. Hope you're all doing great. Sunday looks fresh for you. Yeah. I have a person who cleared a PMP recently. We're going to talk with the person. Okay, Shada, you are on the call. Hello, Shada. Hey.
Oh, hello everyone. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Okay, good, good, good. Nice to see Shraddha. So you feel relaxed, relieved after this exam?
Yes, a lot.
Hope you slept well last 2 days.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I did that.
Right. When you did this exam, when you complete this exam?
My exam date was 17th of April.
Okay. Which is on Thursday you did this exam, right?
Yes.
Good. Good. How long PMA took to give the results?
Next day I got the result, like
Very
on
good.
18th. Yeah.
Very good. Nice to know. Good to know. And first, congratulations for this wonderful achievement.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, fantastic. We have a bunch of people who also want to listen how this journey went on. So maybe a couple of tips or your journey path will help some of them if you want to share.
Yes, yes, for sure. First, I would say the exam is actually challenging, but it is manageable with a good amount of practice.
Mm.
It really tests your PMP knowledge, concepts, and how you are going to achieve that with real base or maybe scenario based questions. If I want to describe my exam, then my exam was based like I will segregate in 70/30. Like 70% is agile and hybrid, and 30% it was a predictive life cycle. Apart from this, I would suggest people to focus on stakeholder management, resource management, and apart from this, the communication management.
Mm.
Overall, in third sections, I got only one calculations, and apart from this, the every section I got two drag and drop questions.
Oh.
So yeah, so it was like overall, if I want to conclude my exam, then I would say it is moderate to like
Mm.
difficult.
Mm. Okay,
Yeah,
moderate to difficult.
yeah.
But this the drag and drop, does it consume much time for you?
It did. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Not exactly like much, but yeah, compared to other questions,
Process
yeah,
takes
yeah,
time. Takes time. Okay, good. Nice to know that. Moderate to high. Good to hear that. I'm sure some will have questions in this room to ask with you.
yeah,
But I have this basic question. When you practiced here, you had some set of scores. Now,
yeah.
how was your confidence level while practicing for the exam?
Okay, maybe I'll start from my journey with ShriLearning first. I joined the ShriLearning in December batch. I attended 4 sessions and I went to India for my vacation. And in January I came back and I again joined the January batch from scratch. So I would say like that 1 month time with the ShriLearning, the concept clarification and agile part because my background is from like automotive and aerospace industry, so I mostly use the predictive life cycle. And for
Hmm.
me initially the agile part was tricky, but yeah, after finishing my course, I started reading the Rita 11 and Agile Practice Guide. These two, I highly recommend these two books to the people who are preparing for the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from this, once I finish one chapter, I go to Sri Learning and used to give the 10-mark question exam. And then on the weekend, like 40 question or the 60 question exam. So overall, daily, like everybody is like busy with the jobs and everything. So every day I give like 2 to 3 hours for study, and on the weekend, like around 6 hours with the 40 and 60 questions exam.
Nice. Nice.
Once I finished the 80% of the Rita book, I gave my first mock exam, but my scores were not good. I only scored 57% in that mock. Then I consulted you also, Shri, and you gave me a few tips, and I followed that tips. And again, I gave the second mock exam.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the second mock exam also, I just increased the 2 or 3% in that second mock exam. So I realized my mistake actually. So the mistake was like because of the time pressure, I was not able to read the questions properly. And apart from this, not only it is enough to like you should read the answers also properly. So I utilize those two, like my gap points in the third mock, and I scored like pretty good in third mock. Then I would say like I was like, okay, I can give the exam.
Okay,
Uh,
the confidence starts happening. I remember sometime we were thinking, should we do this exam now or buy some more
Mhm.
date?
Yeah, 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 yeah. We did that.
And I'm a bit, I have to appreciate you. You're very determined on that. I remember the days we were discussing, is this date okay? But you are very
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, yeah.
I'm clear. I'm going to hit this exam. All right.
Yeah,
Whatever comes, I'm going to hit this exam.
yeah,
Okay, which is good actually. So being determined on your date and preparation is very important. That's
yeah,
one thing I saw with you. Good that you said that you're from predictive, but still you're able to catch up on adaptive, which is
yeah.
a good motivation for the people listening here, because there could be many people work on a predictive or a hybrid model. Still, if you focus on reading, I think it's good to capture, right? You can come to that
Yeah,
level.
yeah,
That's
definitely.
fantastic. Fantastic. Maybe one question, Shraddha. When the scores are not really coming up well, or the scores are moderate level, did you follow any technique to improve the scores? Which means you said you found the gaps. Uh, should we read the books again, or should we improve the question reading? Where we have to spend time?
Yes, I did that. If some questions like when I'm giving the 60 mark question, the answer was wrong, then I go back to Rita again and I used to read the concepts. Also,
Mhm.
same for Agile Practice Guide, or I used to like go to Google or what exactly it is sometimes.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
did that.
Okay, nice, nice. Good efforts. Good efforts. I'm sure your corporate job, people should be also happy if you publicize that you complete your PMP, right? They will
Yeah.
also be feel that there is a person with a managerial ability with a
Mm.
PMP certified. That's really a good thing. Good thing. Pretty happy for you. And people who start from the scratch right now, what will be your advice for them? Where should they start? Read the book straight away or go for the question practice? What should they do?
No, first they should read
Read the
the
book.
chapter. Yeah. Then
Okay,
only they
okay.
can link all the like if you're doing scope management and in that you should read the quality, then only you can link all the all these concepts, I would
Hmm.
say. So reading question, and also in ShriLearning we have the recordings also. Then they can go back to the recording, they can watch the recording
Hmm.
and they can clear their concept. So I would say everything, but first read the book and then
Read the
see.
book. Okay. No skipping the basics. Basics are
Yeah,
important.
yeah, basics are very important.
Okay. Nice to know. Good to know. Hope we had a good celebration. Fun.
Yeah, 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 I did.
Okay. You saw your certificate with the blue borders and color. You saw your
Yes,
certificate?
yes, I saw that. I need to upload it on
Okay.
LinkedIn. Yeah.
Okay. I heard some people, they see the certificate couple of times. Wow, looks nice. That's my name. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
People feel that because that's a hard work, right? Of course, we have many certificates in the world, but you put yourself 2 months of effort, and
Yeah,
that's a sense of joy. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
definitely
pretty
it is.
important. Very
Yeah.
good, very good. So once again, congratulations, Shraddha, for this great achievement. And let me see if someone has a different questions also in this group. Do anyone
Yeah.
have a question for her?
Shraddha, did you also make any notes from the book while reading?
Uh, who is
Yeah, it's
asking?
me, Rahul.
Uh,
Rahul. Okay. Hi, Rahul. Yes, I prepared my own notes, like one pager or something when I finish one chapter, like small, like, okay, what is scope? What exactly we do in the scope management? I did that, like preparing process flow kind of thing for myself.
Okay.
hmm.
Yeah, same thing because I am also doing. I think without making notes, it will be difficult to remember all the topics.
Yeah, definitely, because the book is pretty much like almost 300 or 400 pages.
Yeah,
So yeah,
452
yeah,
pages.
yeah, yeah,
All right. Interesting. Interesting. I see a question from Praveen, who is asking how long were the questions? Like 3 to 4 lines or 5 to 6 lines. It depends on the monitor size, I believe.
yeah. So five to
Okay.
six lines, no. I
Okay.
didn't get any question 5 to 6 lines, but 3 to 4 lines, I would say like
Hmm.
two or three or maybe four, not more than that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, nice. Because I remember once there was a person said that he got a bigger monitor in the exam center.
Hmm.
So literally he has to move his head and neck from left to right. Keep reading. It's a so long, lengthy. Instead of 3 lines, 4 lines, the monitor made it as a one line. So, or one and a half line. So you have to move from here to here to read. Such a big screen, sometimes they give it. Yeah, it also happens. But one question it connects with that, Shraddha. So when you practice in ShriLearning, it was a scenario-based questions. Some of them are direct questions to make the concept understanding, right? In change management, should I fill the document? After document, what should you do? Kind of questions also will be there. Also,
Hmm.
we'll have a lot of scenarios. Oh, there was a company. John is a manager. John is doing like this. In main
Hmm.
exams, do they give stories to ask a question?
In my exam, I would say no. It is totally based on scenario. You are project manager, what you are going to do next,
Ah,
or what
ah.
this is the situation, this is the problem, what is the solution, or what will you do first? That is the like first thing. What they just focus on
Okay,
that first thing.
okay, okay. Nice to know. Good to know. Thanks for sharing. Maybe I have a couple of questions. Praveen is asking, you said one question on calculation. Was it a PERT? That was a
Yes,
question.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, it was.
PERT calculation. Okay, PERT calculation is the question.
I have
Some.
one question.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So till what day that you're preparing, like until the last one day before the exam date, or or it is like you give a full stop couple of days before the exam. I mean, considering
Yes.
the vast subject area and the
Mhm.
syllabus.
So subject area I finished 1 week before, and I just revise everything in that 1 week before the exam. One day before my exam, I just did nothing. Like fully stopped everything, just relaxed my mind, and then I gave the exam next day.
Thank you.
Because it is very exhausting for you. You are reading also on the like 1 day before the exam, and suddenly you are
Yeah,
giving exam. So I would suggest to take break like 1 day before the exam rather than just okay, like oh I have to do this. No, don't do that.
Get to meditation mode, right?
Yeah,
Ooh.
very true.
yeah,
Yeah,
You remember school days, we used to read, at least I've seen people, the door near the exam hall, people keep reading the papers, and the
correct,
invigilator
correct.
and the teachers and invigilator will tell, like, hey, come inside, it's already 10 o'clock. Ma'am, one page, one page. Shraddha, did you read like that in the exam center, the last minute?
yeah. When I was in engineering college, I did that, but now for PMP, I no.
Okay, nice, interesting. Good to know, good to know. Hey, there was one question Shabrish is putting. Any tips on time management in the exam?
Oh, okay. So first session I completed in 80 minutes and second was also 80 minutes. So I would suggest like plan accordingly. Once you give the Shri Learning mock questions, you will like analyze what exactly your speed, what exactly your reading ability and everything. Then plan accordingly. I would say like 75 to 80 minutes.
Okay, okay, that's a good, interesting tips. One other thing from Dheeraj is, where did you give exam, online or from home? Yeah, I think she did it from center. Is that right, Shraddha?
Yes. So I live in Germany. So I gave the center-based exam. I gave my exam in Frankfurt.
Very good, very good. What preparation is required to be ensured before the exam day? I think there's a big thing, right? You have to sleep on time.
Yeah. Calm your mind. That is very important.
Yes, key factors I used to say that I'll help with the Shraddha for this point. Preparation for the exam is the day before exam, as she said, stop reading at least 8 day before. At least if tomorrow's exam, I'll stop by lunch. So give some time for my brain to relax and prepare your ID cards. Add at least one or two photo ID with your signature. Be prepared on this with the right spelling in the ID cards and have something to eat in the break. You will carry a chocolate or I don't know what you carried with you, Shraddha.
I carried fruits and chocolate with
Fruits
me.
and chocolates. I used to keep the fruits and chocolate. The reason is the brain needs glucose, the sugar content, which adds some more energy for you. I usually say the Snicker bar chocolates or a fruit juice. That's good. Good. That's interesting. More questions are coming. More than PMP questions. You get a lot of questions here today. Okay, let's see. I'll help us. Shabrish is asking, I have already have Scrum certification. Will it help me? I think this is more of a question. Agile part, I would say it will help you up to some level on Scrum knowledge, but definitely you have to learn more on Agile also. Is it right, Sharda? You have to learn more on Agile,
Definitely.
right? It is not only to Scrum as well.
Yeah.
Hey, one interesting question. Lingesh is asking, did you skip any question in exam?
Well, I flagged few questions. In the first session, I flagged almost 5 questions. And after finishing all the questions, I went back and then I selected few questions because the difficulty level was pretty high for that exam, like for that questions. I would say I just, for the 2 questions, I just like, okay, I don't know the answer. I just selected the best, whatever I felt like I
Mhm.
selected that answer.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think no, there's no point of skipping, I believe. You lose your score unwantedly. At least
Yeah.
choose an answer and go for it.
Yeah.
Even if you can't say the right answer, it's okay. You have a probability of getting something. Okay, that's a good point. Looking at the question, one more I'll ask. There is a question, is a ShriLearning mock is sufficient for you?
Definitely, I would say.
Okay, okay. So how many exams you would have practiced in ShriLearning? Full exams? 3 exams you did. Okay, and then a lot of short exams, right? 60, 60, 60
Yeah.
you do. A lot of doing that. Okay, very good. Rajiv, you're talking about exam application. I think it's part of our class. We'll talk about exam application. I don't want to bug Sharda with that. Okay.
We will
Okay.
definitely help you in that.
We will do that part. Good then. Once again, thanks a lot, Shada, for coming up here because working in job, preparing exam is a challenge. And
Definitely.
many people struggle on this area, including people in the class or session today. They all see that problem. If you want to give one tip on time management for the preparation, maybe that could be the interesting point you can share. How you
Uh,
prepare
Prepare
your
your
time
own
management.
study
Mhm.
plan,
Mhm.
like how you are going to manage, like after like going, like before going for a job, you're gonna read the book, or after like you came back from job, you're going to read. Like just focus on like reading the book first, and then I would say like go to the questions and everything.
Nice to know. Nice to know. Have a consistency, have a clear
Yeah,
plan when you
very
want to read,
important.
and be regular on reading habits. I found you in the classes regular, and I found you listening to that, asking questions, participating in expert group. Yeah, those are, I think those are needed. At least for
Yep.
the 2 months, we have to be very active, isn't it? You have to read, practice questions, keep asking things. That's very important. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Super good. Once again, thanks a lot and have a fantastic Sunday. And I appreciate your time to come here because after clearing PMP, it is so nice when you come here and give some tips because it is from the ground level, so somebody can really understand reality there. Yeah?
Definitely. I would like to thank you first and also whole Shri Learning team because they are just one message away.
I like that. Huh? One message away.
Yeah. Yes. And I would say like all the best for all the people who are preparing for the exam. Yeah. Do well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fantastic. Good. Then have a nice day. Thanks for coming up, Ishada.
Okay.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye. All
one
right.
question,
Yeah, please go ahead.
last one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that based on the past experience and all, this Sri learning module will be developed. And since I
Mm-hmm.
am talking about the time management,
Mm-hmm.
since I observed that for first 60 questions it has given the 90 minutes, and other 60 questions it has 70 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
since I observed that speed is definitely increasing in the second part, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, if you talk about the percentage, means 70 and 90 difference, I feel like that it should be somewhere in the middle. Not sure
Okay.
why it is
Okay.
for me.
Do you think it's a strict time or it is a recommendation? What is your thought?
It is a recommendation, and it
Recommendation.
should be flexible based on the your brain grasping how much it is
Yes.
grasping. Okay,
Yes.
so
So,
uh,
with the last few years of observation, what we give is a recommendation.
mhm,
Usually, people who go for main exam or practicing exam, the first few questions they'll be a little more anxious to read a question few times. So,
mhm,
first 15 to 20 questions they spend more time, and after that the rhythm will be set. They start doing better. So our recommendation is start your first 60 questions to 80 minutes or 90 minutes depending on the continent, depending on the land where you live, because if English is your primary language all the day, chances are reading can be better. If it is not the primary one, chances are they slow down. If it gives the same exam in Europe, 60 questions they'll answer in 60 minutes.
Mhm.
60 questions, 60 minutes. That's what they'll do. That to one shot. They don't even go for review. One shot, they'll do it. It depends, right? It depends on your language nativity and it depends on your managerial knowledge. So considering all these parameters, we kept it as 80 to 90 minutes for the first 60 questions, a recommendation. But there are, it's your wish to reduce also. Whereas when it comes to second and third, your rhythm cards increasing, you get better, which means your speed gets better and your way of answering also improves. That's a recommendation, but no force on you. You can decide whether I can do early also. That's up to you. But I consider your point. We will look into going forward. If you want to reduce from 90 to 80, we will consider it.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you so much. I will
Perfectly.
do that.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Good.
And
Once again to,
yes,
yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
yes. In India, where are the centers available?
Every city have it. Which city you are there?
I am in Mumbai.
Mumbai, yes. Mumbai too have centers. They have, I think, 2 centers or 3 centers. Every metro city out of 205 countries, all the countries will have centers. Just go to Google, search for Pearson VUV. Have you heard this company called Pearson Group?
No, not really. Okay.
Not much, right? So there is something called Pearson VUV. For benefit of everyone, quickly I'll show that. So in this room, some of you get it. I know some of you are very new to PMP batch now. Maybe it'll take a little time for you to learn it. Are you getting the screen what I'm sharing now? Okay, if you see
Yes.
that, if you see a Pearson VUV, get to this website Pearson. This is a company which PMI has contracted with, which means PMI don't conduct the exam directly. They give the exam conducting part to a group called Pearson. They are specialized in conducting exams. If I go to Pearson website, in Pearson website, let me first accept all the stuff. Okay. I can search for which institute I want to go because they conduct exam for many institutes. So I'm choosing PMI Institute. So project management. Under this institute, they have different certificates. So I can log in and go for it, or I will just find a center. I can find a center. I can do a test accommodation. I can do seat availability. Many checks I can do. I just find a center for you. If I want to find a center, for example, if I put Dubai, I search for it, probably I'll get a set of centers available there. They will give the details. If you click it, you'll get the address. You can make a phone call to them, understand what it is. If I go to seat availability, it will show the calendar itself. It will show me the calendar. For example, if you go to seat availability, it will help me. It will ask me which exam you're going. I have to tell them that I'm going for PMP exam because there are many exams available. Once I say the exam, they'll ask you, is it a center-based exam? It's an online exam. If I say it's a center-based exam, then they ask some of the basic details and I can keep going next. By the way, observe here, I didn't log in at all. Without login, I'm just checking. Basic. If you want to choose a language, you can choose it. If you feel you're very good in Chinese, writing PMP exam, yeah, you can go for it. Do you prefer it? People say, what, man? PMP itself look like Chinese for me. Okay, let's go for this English and it's going to give me some details. What happened? Something is not loading. Boo, boo. Loading, loading, loading. Let me go back. Something went wrong. Okay, something is not good here. So point is what I want to show in that picture is it will show me the calendar. What it will show me is usual as you book a movie hall tickets, it will show me a dates. In this date, I want this particular time slot. I can just go and book it. But if you are in the PMP classes recently, it's too early for you to come here because before this, there is a stage and that is a stage where you do something called PMI application filling. So this part I'll explain in the classes as we go on. What you have to do
Sure.
first thing is you have to fill your application form. There is something here,
Yeah.
PMP's
That
application form.
needs to be approved by PMI.
Exactly right. So stage one is I'll come to pmi.org. You can see a button apply now. I have to click apply now and start filling all my details, which I'll explain on the class 7th or 8th day of the class. I'll explain it how to fill it. After that application is approved, then only I'll come to Pearson site. Until then, I will not come here. I'm just giving a hint of what to do then. Yeah, hope that helps you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Good.
And
Once
also,
again, welcome you all.
sorry, last one question. In
Mhm.
terms of the eligibility for
Mhm.
bachelor degree, which is 3 years,
Fine.
they ask 3 years project management this one or 5 years.
Degree wise, you are good with the 3 years or 4 years. You have
I
arts
have a
degree,
3 year
engineering
degree. I
degree.
have a
Both are good.
arts degree.
Both are good.
Arts
Nothing to
degree.
worry. Yeah, both are
Okay.
good. Only if you have a school diploma, you didn't go to
Hmm.
college at all, school diploma, then we have to show 5 years of experience. If
Okay.
you have any degree, you can show 3 years of experience. That's a rule.
Oh, great. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. Good. I know this is a bit a tricky area, right? For PMI, the rules understanding is a big part, but no worries about it. Even if you have a school degree, school diploma only, you didn't have a college degree also, we'll work it out. We know how to fill these details, what to do that. I'll explain that on the 8th day of the class. Good there. First, thanks a lot for being here, everyone. I believe you are all introduced to something called Sunday prayers. We meet every Sunday. People from different batches come here. Some are experienced for the last few months. They're preparing for the exam. Some of them clear the exam. They'll come here. I would say make advantage of these classes, this program to listen to that. Before I jump further, I listen to the people who are getting to exam. Is there anyone here who are getting to exam in the next few days of time, few weeks of time?
Hi, Shri. Prajwal here.
Prajwal, okay. How many more days do you have?
15 days.
15 days here. Okay, Prajwal. I think we are in touch with WhatsApp already.
Yeah, last week I've shared the progress details.
Progress going well. How is your confidence level now, Prajwal?
Actually, last Sunday I have taken mock 2 and
Okay.
today I have taken mock 3 morning.
Mark 3. Did you share the scores with me?
No, today just like around 2 o'clock I completed it.
Oh man, you'll be exhausted. Did you had food? Did you had water?
Yeah,
Eat and drink well because you'll be exhausted by now.
yeah.
How was your time management in the practice exam?
First, mock 1 and mock 2 was good. Like I was segregating the 60 questions in like equally. But
Okay.
this time, today's mock exam, it was quite bit tough, I think, because I was not able to manage it properly. But somehow I completed at last. Like another 3 to 2 minutes were left at last.
Did you took break in between?
Yeah, I took break. I utilized both breaks after 60 and 120 questions.
Very
But
good.
while attending questions were, I felt a bit tough and the questions were lengthy
Yes. Yes. It is tough.
comparing to other 2 weeks.
Third paper is a bit tough in ShriLearning. We have framed a question paper like this. I know
Okay.
some people listening to me new first time. We have a full exams question paper, 180, 180, and 180. Mock 1, Mock 2, Mock 3, Mock 4, Mock 5. It goes further also. Up to Mock 5 is sufficient. At least whoever went to main exam, I heard from them, main exams very close with Mock 1, Mock 2, Mock 3. Because we
Okay.
have some levels there to make the intensity. Third will be a bit higher intensity. You would have found tough there. Because assuming that 1 and 2 you did it, by now your brain is used with the 4 hours. You would read the subjects. In 1 and 2, you found your gap areas and you practice those gap areas. For example, in risk management, many questions are going wrong in mock 1. I would have took time to read risk management and understood the concepts very well. And then I moved to mock 2. In mock 2, I found that vendor management, stakeholder management, many questions went wrong. I will read those areas very well. So when I come to mock 3, you will find more also, some gap area. So expectation, Prajwal, can I expect you will review these questions tomorrow, day after?
Yeah, I'm following the same procedure. Last week mock M0 M2 I reviewed all the questions and I've identified the grace.
Very, very good.
So I've reviewed that and I've analyzed the gap.
Good job.
And
Good job.
after analyzing it, I have attended for M3 and
Very good.
today's following it further.
Very good. Share me your report to the WhatsApp. I will read and come back to you.
Sure, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
15 days is a good time now. Let us start talking about areas to tune, what to do there. So let's stay connected in the WhatsApp.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Last question to you, Prajwal. Which city you are?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. So are you taking in Shivaji Nagar?
Yeah, Shivaji Nagar.
Shivaji Nagar. Have you been to the exam center before?
No, I've been to that locality.
Okay. I would say in this week, take a walk, look at the center, get your mindset ready. Just to have
Sure.
what? Number one. Number two, ID card. Check your ID card. Your name spelling in the ID card is matching with the application form. Check both.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
good.
it.
Stay touch. And as I said, drink more water, stay healthy.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, all right. I see a couple of names also before. By the way, I have a couple of questions to discuss, exam model questions. So before I go to exam model questions, I will listen to two of them. I see Praveen, I see Jansi. Who have
Uh,
dated this for exam?
Hey, hi, Shri. Yogesh here.
Yogesh. Oh, Yogesh. Hey, when is your exam?
Uh, yeah, it's on 22 April,
Yes.
couple of
2 days.
days.
2 days. 2 days. 1 day more. Okay. Go ahead, Yogesh. I lost your mic. So how's your preparation going on?
Yeah, its preparation is good. So as per our last discussions, I'm just refreshing the topics
Yes.
and just going through after the chapter wise quizzes,
Yes.
some of the them means which I find I need to do it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah,
All right. I heard you did the 6 exams. Is that correct?
I'm sorry.
You did the 6 full exams.
Yeah, 6 full exams.
Very good. That's good. And I gave some inputs which you have to work out on the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Maintain the same momentum. And I would have said that to stop reading at least half a day before, tomorrow by lunch, you can stop reading.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Good. Keep up the momentum. Keep me posted. Any questions, let me know.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. All right. Who else there? Praveen, what is your exam date?
Uh, I'm waiting for you actually. Sorry, I have M4 planned for tomorrow. I gave you my
Okay.
scores till M3. Everything is good to go. You gave me some areas I worked on it. M4 I'm giving it tomorrow. Depending on the score, I was actually planning on coming back to you to confirm and move forward with the date.
Okay. Okay. Let me read the content and let you know that. But tentatively, what do you have in your mind? Date?
The fastest, as in I want to close it because I want to continue the momentum.
Ah,
Depending on the slot, I want to close it in the next 2 weeks if everything goes fine.
2 weeks. Okay. Now it is April. You're in Dubai. Am I right?
No. I'm from India, Hyderabad.
You're in Hyderabad. Okay. Good. 2 weeks from now. First week of April, May, you're going to hit the exam. All right.
Yes.
I think it's going to be pretty warm, right? Hyderabad will be pretty super hot.
Yes.
Okay, good. Before it gets super hot to close the exam.
Yes,
So
please.
let's close it out. I will look at the results and come back to you. Give me one message in the WhatsApp. I'll read again, come back to you.
Sure. Once I complete the exam tomorrow, I'll come back to you. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. Let's connect. Good. Last one person. Jansi, what is your
Yeah,
date?
hi Shri.
Hi.
So I've given actually two 60 question mocks. So I've got about target in both. I had messaged Rahul yesterday. So he asked me to give a complete mock today. So I'll be doing that. I'm hoping to finalize the date as 18th May, but before booking it, I'll just confirm with you once based on the results if I can do it that day or I need to push it further.
Very good. We can do that. One question. Which city you are?
I'm in Mumbai.
Mumbai. Okay. Looking at the May seats that should be available. You said 18th, right?
Yeah,
Start looking for the seats availability also, exam seats availability.
okay.
Okay. Mumbai, I don't remember how many centers are there. Start look Mumbai, Bangalore are the busiest cities. Exam center will be busy. That too, if you look at something on the weekend or Saturday, Friday, it will be busy. So start looking for the slots availability. So once you see the first score, how you score, then we plan the date and we block the date.
Okay, sure. I think Rahul dropped a message. There are two centers in Mumbai, so I'll
Okay,
check
very
those.
good. And okay, Bangalore also 2 center. I think they reduced it. Earlier they used to have 4 centers, and due to some restrictions, PMI have reduced it. All right, good to know. Good wishes, Jansi. Keep me posted on your scores in the WhatsApp so I know that where you are.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Shri.
Perfectly, perfectly.
Oh,
All
hey,
right.
hi.
Ah,
Oh, do we
who's
have
that?
time?
Who's that? Okay, but why I'm not seeing anyone here? Sundays you don't show your face. Okay, Tanshu is here. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so Shri, I have done 40 and 60 questions mock last week and the week before. So I've taken about 7 mocks, I would say, for 60 and the other 40, and the average score is between 65 and 70.
Okay. Okay.
The syllabus wise, one time full 100% book covered. This is the second time I'm just reading it, making one page and notes for myself.
What your mom said when you said you scored 65 and 70, she would have asked you why didn't you score 95. Should she ask that?
Do not tell her.
Didn't tell that. But in school and college, that's what the mom expect you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Okay. In PMP, that doesn't work.
I know. The first time when I took it, it was 50, 54, 55. But the last three scores were nice. It was 75, 70, 65.
I've seen there was one woman, she was literally crying. She, in schools, they always get 99. In PMI, I can't cross 55. What is happening?
No, I really thought the last one where I got 75, I would easily get 85 to 90, but somehow it did not happen. I mean,
The main game is on the way, which means
yeah.
the more you learn, the more scores start dropping because our brain starts conflicting with answers. Without learning, you choose some answers goes well. The more you learn, there is a stage. Okay, there is a no knowledge stage, some
Mhm.
knowledge stage, and maturity stage. So the some knowledge stage, what will happen is you start making more mistakes. So the scores will drop again. Again, it will pick up. So don't worry the scores part for now. My question is on the time management. How is your time management now?
See, I know last time you said like read the questions properly. I still have buffer time left a lot. Like I have 15-20 minutes left after each
For,
mock. For 60
for
questions also, I usually finish it in 60 minutes.
It's okay. That's okay. The 15 is okay. But to keep one thing in mind, there are some people who would have a good reading ability. They can read fast at the same time they can understand the content. If you feel comfortable with your speed, it's okay. I will give an example. There was one woman from Indian Air Force. She came for the exam. 4 hours exam. She completed in 2 hours 15 minutes. Main exam. She cleared. Before that, there was another woman from Indian Air Force. She cleared in 2 hours 35 minutes. Okay,
Okay.
that record was broken by another Indian Air Force women. So I have two women who made it in 2 hours 15 minutes, 2 hours 35 minutes. It's a record so far, at least to me, but I don't expect to do that because your heartbeat is high. You have to rush. No pressure on it. You paid the money. You can do 4 hours exam. But if you like your own speed, go for it. Don't change it. But in case if you feel some questions you could have read 2 more seconds slower, you could have answered better. If your brain says that while you analyze the question paper, I would say go for reading the question at normal pace. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. But you have a date and a time, a mind when you want to go for the
I
main
had
exam.
I had it in June, but you said let's prepone it and probably have it in May.
Yes.
So this week,
Yes.
so this whole week also, so I've revised the people
Perfect.
process this whole week and took mocks,
Perfect.
and the next week is the same. I'm gonna revise the whole process domain again and
Perfect.
give the mocks again. And I think by this month end, I will have my first mock
Very good.
yeah,
Very
that's
good.
the
Very good. Very good. Which city you are?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. Again, we have to look out for exam centers. I sometimes see that the May, June gets busy. You know why May, June gets busy? Exam centers?
Why? Weather? No.
School holiday time.
Ah, okay.
So the mom and dad will get some time not going to the school and stuff. But again, kids will make the house miserable. Still, they clear the exams sometimes in this season. So watch out your time availability and the slots also. But we'll talk. Keep me posted on your scores. We'll talk about it.
Yes,
Okay?
I'll share my scores next week before taking the
Perfect.
first mock.
Perfect.
And
Perfect. Perfect. Let's do it.
thank
All
you.
right. So last few minutes we spent time to understand how the exam went on. We listened one success story. We listened to some people preparing for the exam. Some of you newly joined here. Maybe it's new listening for you. What is happening? Now what we do is we have to talk about the question. I'm going to bring a simulated scenario questions. What I expected from you is you are going to apply your techniques and your knowledge to solve this question. To solve this question, should I read the book already? Answer is yes and no. If you read the book, fantastic. Even if you don't read the book, you can use your common sense and knowledge to solve a question. So that is how we improve. So I'm going to bring a question. You will apply some technique. Do anyone remember in the class somewhere we said that what a technique to apply while reading the question? Can anyone remember at least one technique what you remember from the class?
Who the question is
Line.
addressed to? What
Okay,
is
very
the
good.
intent? What is the intent of the question?
Okay.
Which is, what is the tense? What is the intent of the question? Read the last line
Eliminate.
and
Elimination.
follow the elimination technique and
Elimination technique. Mhm.
and use your sixth sense.
Using the sixth sense, huh? That's an important point, I believe. All right, good. So with this, what we'll do is we'll get inside. If you don't know the answer, it's completely okay because you're going to learn through a question. Every question is a learning opportunity. So I'm going to share a question, read the question carefully, keeping some of the techniques in mind, and choose an answer. And then you can put the answers in the comment section. Tell me what is A, B, or C, then we'll discuss about it. The question is on your way. Let's give a few more seconds, people to choose answer. I got few alphabets. I'm allowing people to think. Wow, I got C, D, A. It's going to be interesting. I have 3 alphabets now. Okay. Let me give another 5-10 seconds. Some more are still choosing the answer. Don't hesitate. I would expect everyone to choose at least one answer. Don't worry. No one is going to judge you. It's completely okay. I have some people watching from YouTube. Srinivas, I see some of you in the online. People online in YouTube or LinkedIn, please leave your answers. We will see what is your thought there. Okay. Then comes, okay, then let's go for the answers discussion. Somu, you are given V. Why I should go for V? Is it by mistake or intentional? If you thought. Okay, good. What we do here is, I could answer this question in a minute. I can show the answers right away, and but I don't do that. My intention is when we take a question, a discussion is much important. At least 3 to 5 minutes you discuss a question so that you get more detail of it. So I'm going to ask your help now. It's a very big question. A very big question. I want you to help me. What are the key terms as per your understanding? Because some of you choose A, C, D, or B also I have. I have all 4 answers. Tell me one interesting term in this question which I have to observe. Which one is interesting term here?
Related hindrances.
Identifying hindrance.
Okay, let me go one by one. A project team is just completed an environmental scan and have uncovered a lot of related hindrances that would potentially affect the project delivery negatively. It's a big statement. Okay, so it's a statement talking about the group of people whom we call them as a team. They didn't tell what kind of team it is. Is it agile, non-agile? The question itself doesn't come here. They say, yeah, team. They stop here. That's a project team. When you say project team, the project team will have a goal. They will have a vision to complete. Something is there. The project manager. Now the new another character is getting introduced. Project manager is working with the team to understand the detail of each identified hindrances and how the hindrances relate to each other in order to understand the overall complexity of the project. Now another character is getting introduced called a project manager. So this person comes with leading the team or supporting the team. Now, this will enable the team to arrive at a plan that addresses the challenges identified. Now, this will enable. Okay, this will enable. What will enable as per the question? Which of the following techniques as a project manager are used in this instance? Okay, first let's go for the technique itself. Who is being addressed in this question? Who is a target in this question?
Project manager.
Project
Project
manager.
manager.
Okay, so let's go by the term itself. You have who is being targeted. That's a project manager. Very good. What is the tense of the question? Past tense, present tense?
Past tense.
Past tense.
Completed. Tense is past tense, right? But is it going to help in this answer choosing? I don't think so. It's just a message for us. What about the intensity of the problem? Is it a showstopper? Intensity?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Why?
What is
Which sentence says a showstopper here?
potentially affected?
Potentially
It's only
affect the
negative
project
hindrance.
delivery.
Potentially affect.
Okay,
Not
intensity.
a
Can I say
showstopper, but
not a
affecting
not a
negative.
showstopper?
Yeah.
Potentially in future.
Yeah.
So should I call it as not a showstopper, but can I say high intensity, low intensity, moderate intensity?
High intensity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a
High
modern
intensity.
Yeah, it will be high because there are number of hindrances.
High intensity.
High
High
intensity.
intensity. But I'm not using the word showstopper. Be careful. What is a showstopper means?
Locked.
You cannot work
You cannot move
simple.
forward. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's
no-go
gone.
situation.
Very good. Right. If my power off happens here, internet goes off, it's a showstopper, right? I can't conduct this session. Session is gone. Let's go to the fourth one. What is the last line of the question? What are the following techniques has the project manager used? I think this is a line you have to read. You have to read the last line. Now, when you've done all this stuff, now you can use the fifth technique. What is fifth technique?
Elimination.
Elimination.
Elimination. Okay. Now, this question is not too much of scenario, rather than it ask for a technique now. If I don't know these techniques, I cannot choose answer. That's a problem now, right? This needs a knowledge. This question you cannot choose by common sense. You should have a knowledge. What do you mean by knowledge? First, I should know which is a technique here, which is a tool here. Now, in this, which one is a technique, which one is a tool? First, I have to understand certain parameters. I could see some people went with the answer A. Why answer A? Is anyone who went with the answer A? Why you thought A is a good answer in this case?
With thinking that we are focusing on the quality and
Quality of the product.
We want to remove the hindrances first.
Okay, okay. And that's a good thought. So TQM is used in quality management to look at quality. Quality means what? Quality means meeting requirements. Quality means meeting requirements. In order to meet requirements, how the quality can be achieved? Quality could be achieved when we have everyone in the organization involved in delivering a valuable product, which means you have upper management, you have a peer level, you have your team members, everyone participating. So now, by this technique, are they representing TQM? I'm hearing that, okay, they involved here, but here the project manager is working with the team to understand the detail of each identified hindrances. You are sitting and understanding each. For example, if this is a project, in this project, each section, wherever they have a problem, I'm sitting and talking with them because my project will have many places I'm talking to them. Whereas a TQM, it's about the organization structure, how your organization is to respond to the product delivery. Apart from project manager, apart from the team members, do you think any other people involved into this? Is anyone else involved into this?
No.
No.
So it's a little question mark here. I will not say wrong answer. Let's hold it on because TQM could be more than that, right? Everyone in the organization involving total quality management. Let's go for critical analysis. What is critical analysis? If somebody went with the B, why you thought B is a good answer?
No, it's sort of, I went with that because it was again a guesswork because I still don't know the techniques.
Okay.
But then, yeah,
Okay.
it just has a more sort of, and a sort of it's based on the situation and the criticality. So I
Okay.
thought it is for the
Critical.
critical analysis.
And that makes sense. But do we have a technique called critical analysis? By now, somebody Googled it, you found it. What does critical analysis means as such? Is there a technique followed in management? Critical thinking is there. Do we have critical analysis? Or is it a made up term?
I think it's similar to critical thinking. So basically, you apply
Critical thinking more
your
than a critical analysis. Okay, let's then park this answer. I'm parking A, I'm parking B. Still, I'm not convinced with this answer, right? We are not convinced. Let's go a little more down. Systems thinking. Now, what is systems thinking?
It's
If
basically
anyone, go ahead.
yeah. So normally, like in automotive sector, we do have like system level testing or something. So we have a couple of requirements. So that tells you how other components are interacting with each other.
Components interacting with each other. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Which means, have you heard this term called a holistic approach?
Yeah, because you consider that as one entity.
Yes. Yes. Now, exactly what you said is right. Whole entity, which means in this whole question, if you see here, there is something called overall complexity. And let me clear off all the mess up what I created here. There is, in order to understand overall complexity of a project. And this, what you said right now, the connection between the components, right? Which means they call as a holistic approach. A holistic approach means seeing a big picture. That's what system thinking means here. Do you think seeing a big picture is happening here? You think so? This answer we had a doubt. This answer we had a doubt. This answer also, do we have a doubt, or it looks closer to that?
Looks
If
closer.
bit closer, let's not conclude it. Let's stay there. Okay, I'll come back again. But keep in mind, systems thinking, you can take this example. If I want to stay fit, okay, I want to be fit. If I ask me or ask you, I'm asking you to stay fit. What is your holistic approach if you want to stay fit? When I say holistic approach, it could be your sleeping pattern. It could be your food. It could be your lifestyle of working. And then it could also be gym, exercising. Now, if someone says that I will do exercise every day because of which I'll stay fit, is this holistic approach, or as a whole thinking this, is it a holistic approach? Which one is holistic approach?
As a whole.
As a whole, right? When I do as a whole, this is called systems thinking. This is highly followed in lean management and goes further down there. It talks about system as a whole, how do you work? I think that's what I heard right now. Each component, how it works in a system, getting a overall complexity of the project. If I think just I go every day gym, I paid gym fee, every day I'm going, because of which I'll stay fit, but I'll drink alcohol. I drink once in a while alcohol, Sri. Is it okay? Not okay. I sleep in a week 1 day correctly, rest of day I'm screwed up. You're gone already. Food I eat mostly outside. I don't like cooking. You're gone already. Lifestyle, I work in a chair which is not comfortable, or my lifestyle is different. You're gone already. So holistically, you're gone, screwed up. Just going to the gym will not help. In a project, I will see how a lot of related hindrances. Okay. Now, still this answer looks a little more positive. Let's hold on. I'll park this answer 3 also. Let's go to answer D. I have some of them chosen Pareto chart or Pareto analysis. Why D is a good answer? Someone can justify your answer?
I think Pareto analysis is a quality tool which basically tells us about the 80-20 rule. So 80%
Right?
of the problem in the 20% of the parts.
That's right.
Usually, so
That's
in
right.
that sense, here the term mentioned is related hindrances, and they collected it. So majority of the things when project manager reviewed it, so he can identify the root cause in that. So this
Okay. Okay. So 80% of the problems could be because of 20% of the causes, isn't it? So if I clear off this 20% of the problem, it could solve the rest 80. That's called 80-20 principle, isn't it? So which means that I'm expecting the project manager here, this person, spending time with the team to identify which 80% of the things are happening because of this 20. Is it what happening here in this picture? But your thought is right. What is 80-20 is correct. But this I'm a bit doubtful. But let me ask this question. Praveen says yes. Praveen, how can I understand this 80-20? How can I put it? When they say project manager working with the team to understand details of.
Okay. Sri, this is my thought process. I don't know, I might be wrong here. See, both histograms and Pareto analysis. Histograms, we put them the way we get it. That is a
Yes.
histogram.
This is what
But
histogram.
Pareto analysis, Pareto, exactly, that is histogram. Pareto analysis is basically we put them in an ascending or a descending order to understand them better.
To put this way. Okay.
Right. So understanding, identifying the hindrances, and relating them to each other.
Yes.
That would
Yes.
give you a complete picture of the complexity, and
Yes.
that will help you go with a plan forward. That's my
That's
thought
right.
process.
That's right. That's right. That's a good point. But is it what happening here? What your thought is really good. I like it. But is it what this guy is doing? Which of this technique has a project manager used here? Is this guy segregating it? Is it segregation happening here?
yes, because it is mentioned clearly that in order to understand the overall complexity of the project. So that means to understand overall complexity, they are clubbing the majority of the problems aside.
Okay, let's read this line one more time. The project manager is working with the team to understand details of each identified hindrance. Is it a grouping or getting into all 100 items? What is happening here? How the hindrance relates. It look like no grouping is happening. Going a little more detail onto that, right? And
Yes.
understanding the complexity of overall project. Look like bit skeptical. Now, let's come back to the answers itself after the discussion. Total quality management is about organizational structure, how I work on focusing as a quality as a whole group. So this will go away. Elimination technique. Critical analysis could be a technique, but critical thinking is a better technique. Still, that is not happening here, asked for. So it goes away. So the competition is good in between C and D. Now we have to finalize these two guys. Here we are talking about 80-20 principle here. And here we are talking about seeing as a whole, how it is connected, interconnected, so that I can achieve the vision. Now we have to choose between these two items. Now, in this question, they given something that each identified and analysis happening. Somebody can debate with me, no, Shri, this is this. Somebody can debate in this place. Now, I'll give it one more opportunity. Now, if you want to choose between systems thinking and Pareto analysis, C or D, let me look at your chat window. If one more choice, what will be your answer? Answer starts coming up. Let's see how it goes. Look like C is dominating bit here or more. Okay. Okay. D is coming again. All right. So now what we'll do is, thanks for the answers given there. And I also see answers from YouTube. Ramu, Ramakrishna, I saw your answers there. So what I'll do is I'll put the answers in the board. All right. So look like a C dominated. Let us see what it is. By the way, I'll mention you that this question you cannot answer by common sense. You should know some of the terminologies. If not, you can answer it. Let's see what it is. The project manager, by looking at the connections between, look at the word, connections between the different hindrances to have a full understanding of a picture, use systems thinking. There's the answer. Okay. But let's understand other parameters also. TQM, Total Quality Management, is a continual process of detecting and reducing or eliminating errors in manufacturing, streamlining supply chain, management, improving the customer experience, ensuring that employees are speed to the training. Look at here. Can I say it's a total organizational approach? Can we say that? Is it in the control of project manager? What you see here?
No, it's an organizational approach.
It's bigger, right? I think it's a little more bigger. It's bigger than scope. Can I say this will go back to the governance of your company?
Yes.
Can I say it's a governance, the way of working of your whole organization?
Yes.
Of course, I can contribute as a manager. I should contribute. I can question them, but streamlining the supply chain, I think it's a little more bigger. It's not in my control. If Amazon has to improve their system, TQM, Amazon will look for how the supply chain is working. My role will be one of the project manager. I can give suggestions, but I cannot change things there. So a bit challenging there. Let's go to Pareto itself. The Pareto principle states that 80% of the project benefits come from 20% of the work. Or conversely, 80% of the problems can be traced back by 20% of the causes. Okay. If I have some life problems, could be 20% of the reasons. I may be too much into mobile, too much of television, or too much worried on something. I can remove this. My 80% of life will be good. Pareto analysis identified the problem area or task that will have the biggest payoff. It could have been done here, but we didn't do that. But the exam question is not asking you what you could have done. If that was a question, maybe you will look for some answers. But the question is telling what has been done here. If you look here, the question is used, past tense. They're not asking you what manager should do. when the manager can be done, maybe you'll think in the different direction. That's a different area itself totally. But they said what has been done here, used here. When they say used here, the systems thinking, you start seeing the connection between the compartments. My sleeping habits with the food habit, my exercise, can this make the body fit? The holistic approach has a big picture, and that's what they're asking for. In this question, in this room, at least 50% people know the concept, you will choose the answer. And I took this 5-10 minutes to explain the concept. The reason is, when you read another question like this, you will come to see TQM there. You will come to see systems thinking there. You will come to see Pareto analysis there. So you could answer a few more questions. The reason I'm saying here is, when I take a question, if I take 10 minutes to analyze one question, it is going to benefit me 5 questions in the future. But today it looks like more time consuming, but it's very beneficial. Let's look at Sabrish point. Sabrish, what do you want to say here?
So basically, Pareto analysis, we are grouping, but we are not exactly grouping hindrances. We are grouping like root causes with respect to their hindrances, but not exactly as it is. We have to group the hindrances, like how they're related, like hindrances versus hindrances. It's not like hindrances versus the root cause. And also, like my previous point, so we have to consider as a holistic approach. So
yeah, there it goes, right? There it goes. Imagine in exam, we get an exam question like this. If someone never read any of these topics, how good they can answer this question? Somebody never read the books here, directly go and sit in the exam. Can they answer this question? Probability is there, right? By chance, you choose something.
Oh, we will make a guesswork and we will lose mark.
Lose mark, right? What if I read this a topic, still it will be challenging, isn't it? The provided, if I understood this topic, they say the in hint word, lot of related hindrances. Okay. And in order to think the overall complexity. I heard one tip some time back. What the tip here is for the examination, when you see an exam question, and if the question is too big, or you get answers, a single word answers, first read the answers. First, read the answers. For example, if I am here, I'll quickly read Pareto analysis, systems thinking, critical analysis, TQM. The moment I read this, my brain knows what is TQM, brain knows systems thinking, little bit of Pareto analysis. Now, when I start reading the question, my brain already starts mapping very well what could be an answer. Some people use these techniques in the main exam. When they see a big question and they see a single word answers, first they read a single word answers, then they go for the question. This is one approach. When these answers are lengthy, long line answers, that doesn't make sense because you can't remember all this stuff. Rather, they read the question and come back here. It's one of the thought process. It's up to you how to apply. When I am preparing for the exam, what I used to do here is, when I read this question, I will not read the answer from A, B, C, D. I have a habit of reading answers from D, C, B, and A. This order I read. You can question me why you do that. Those days I felt it was useful. The reason is, in many exam question, what I found is, after reading a question, when I read answer A, when I read answer B, somewhere I'm stuck here. My brain feels that this could be a good answer. After this, even though I read these two answers, my brain was not processing properly. I somehow get justified myself to stay here. So I don't read all the answers properly. Whereas when I read from bottom to top, I read all the answers properly. If you ask me what logic it is, I really don't know. I really don't know. This worked for me in my brain. You can question it the same way, but see, if you read from here also, you may lose these two answers, right? But that doesn't work that way. In my brain, when I read from the bottom, I start reading all the answers correctly. Whereas when I read from the top up, I stop somewhere here. If some of you face this kind of a logical problem in exams, when you choose as answers, use this way of reading the answers from the bottom. Maybe you may get to the top. Because in this room, we have different variety of people. I can't generalize it, but I'm just saying that idea, how can you read the questions? Sabrish, go ahead.
Would like to give just one tip that I followed like during my safe and Scrum exams. Like I don't know whether it will work for others or not or for this exam. So basically, I used to first go through the options and then just the last question. If it helps, like I'll answer. If I'm still confused, then I go to the story actually.
Oh, by reading question itself, answer itself, you choose it.
No, I used to do like just I read the question like just the last line of the question, and if I
Okay.
get some sense of because I have already know the option, so if I read the
Okay.
question, if I can answer, then I'll
Okay.
answer. If I'm not sure, then I again read the whole story because
Okay.
we
Okay.
had less time, right? So
That's nice. That's nice. But if my boyfriend or girlfriend is paying the exam fee, I can do this trick with the PMI. PMI is a bit tricky. I will not recommend for all the question. Maybe one or two question you can try. Because what will happen is in PMI they'll give some scenarios. Without understanding scenario can turn little tricky. So, but I like your point. If you're in time urgency, time pressure, read the last line and choose the answer. Isn't it? That will help. I think that could help some people, isn't it?
yeah,
Fantastic.
emergency.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. What is your energy level? Are you ready to take one more question? How is your energy level?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
take one more question. Nice.
yes, yes.
One more question, yeah. For the day, we'll do one more question.
Mm.
Okay, get ready. Here is a question. Hmm. I'll give few more seconds or a minute to choose the answer. I got 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Rest of them, don't hesitate. It's okay. No one is going to judge you. Okay, very good. I'm seeing alphabet D dominates. Also, I'm getting B. I'm going to give a few more seconds if in case someone is choosing alphabets. People online in YouTube, you can leave your answers. D and B. Okay. Look like A and C is out already. All right. One of you, let me poke someone to talk now. Maybe who can I invite? Maybe Lingesh. I see your name there. Lingesh Lee. Is it a name Lingesh Lee as it is? Nice name. Lingesh Lee. If you're on a mic, anything interesting in the question I should observe as per you? Interesting term in the question. I doubt Lingesh is in the mic. Then let's jump to another person. I'll go to Jansi. Jansi, if you're on the mic.
Yes, Shri.
Yes, very good. Can you help me? What is something interesting as per you in the question? One word, one sentence.
Contradicts original requirements. The
Help me.
third line.
All right. Contradicts the original requirement. What contradicts mean? If they
Going
say
against.
going against, if they say A, but they are saying A. It's a caps, it's a small. Is it contradicting?
More like A and
So
B.
A and B as such. Ah, okay. All right. So it's not about the capital small. It's totally A, and here it is B. Okay, it's called contradicting. Okay. Thanks, John C. Any other term you see interesting? Okay, if not, let me stop there. So I could see two alphabets are fighting heavily, D and B. B is also equally fighting there. Gangadhar is here. Gangadhar, I see you answer B there. For you, what is interesting in this question? Any interesting term for as per you, Gangadhar? Gangadhar could not get on the mic. I'm inviting another person with B answer. Mic having problem. It's okay, Gangadhar. Kiran, I see you answered the B. You want to say anything interesting in this question?
Yeah, actually, if I see the question, it is a past tense. Like the feasibility was already conducted.
Was conducted. Very good.
Yeah,
It's over.
and
Selected. Selected. It's over.
yeah,
It's past. Nice. Good.
and
10.
there was all of a sudden change request which has been approved now, and
But
that
one
is like
question. Change request approved.
yeah,
A change request, I just heard from you all of a sudden. Do they approve just like that?
because there was a new request came on
Ah,
from the customer and it has been approved because I done a feasibility study prior for
ah,
one
okay.
part, and
Okay.
then there's other requirement came, like there was a change request has been done for the same product.
Okay. Help me, Kiran. Kiran, are you from current batch or previous batch? PMP.
It's yeah, current batch, like last
Current
week
batch.
when it started.
Recent batch. Then you may
Yeah,
not go through all the content. But do you know that change request approval go through any steps here? Do they have any steps for change request approval? Do anyone, not only Kiran, anyone help me? What are the steps followed?
It goes to change
Change
control board.
management.
CCB.
CCB.
CCP. Change
Can I do?
management. Sorry, go ahead.
Will I do impact analysis?
Yes, that is the first part.
Yes.
Right. I can call this as under CCB, change control board. So
Yes.
impact analysis. After impact analysis, we either approve or what we do?
Rejected. Rejected.
Reject.
Approve, or what I can do? I can defer. What defer means is you
Post.
hold on the decision. You either approve, you disapprove, you defer. This is after impact analysis. So this a change request would have gone through this procedure. Should have, isn't it?
Yes.
Correct.
Should have. It is not a sudden change. Somebody cannot open the document and type that, hey guys, make this happen. No, you can't do that. You have to go through the procedure. So it has happened. Has been approved, and that approved one contradicts. Jansi mentioned instead of A, these guys are saying B, contradicts the original requirement. So originally they said A, they changed it to B. Is this what the whole detail is here? Is it what total detail? They said A, and then a change request came in. They did an impact analysis, understanding, they approved it. A became a B, but the original was different. How should the project manager handle this situation? Okay, now it's getting more tricky, which means you add a change request, went through proper procedure. In this proper procedure, they made it something like this. Should I consider as a mistake? Should I consider it as acceptable? We don't know. The question is, how should the manager handle the situation? Okay, now I have two set of people giving D and B. Let's start the discussion with the people who went with the B. We'll come to the top. Let's listen to B for Bangalore, then D for Delhi. We'll go for it. We'll start with the B. B, I have Shriram, Somu, Gangadhar, Kiran, few more people are there. Who want to talk for B?
So, Sri, hi, Gangadhar.
Go ahead, Gangadhar.
Here, the original decision itself, the original requirement was changed, or it is contradicting. The new change is now contradicting the original initiation project. So now, as a PM, he had to rethink, like decision. The question is directly to PM. So now PM can give a thought, like how is this happening, or he can do some work on his part. So he is now putting this as a request of feasibility study for the new product. So if you have done that, maybe he'll look at that.
So Shri,
I-
adding to what Gangadhar said, Shriram here, as
uh,
he rightly said, see, this is see if the new change request had maybe slightly altered the original requirement, then that could have been dealt in a different way. But now this is entire original requirement scope itself is getting
uh,
altered.
uh,
So whether we will be able to do that thing, so the project manager has to go back to his team or to the in let's say it's an IT project. In my case, I have to
mm,
go to my IT team and I have to find out whether it is feasible for them to do this original scope. So
mm,
then for that, I will ask for a feasibility study. That's why I chose B.
Request a feasibility for new product. Okay, for the new product. Okay. Thanks.
I here assume the new product is there is the new altered requirement is what I assume.
Okay. Okay. Good assumptions. Thanks for those inputs. I heard from the B. Let's hear from D. D, I have more people now. Pradeep, I have. Mahesh, I have. Lingesh, I have. So who want to talk for D? Can you give a justification?
um like
Go ahead.
basically you mentioned there will be actually in our organization too, there is a CCB board that that does the impact analysis. They also do the feasibility, whether we can do this or we cannot do this in the time span that the customer requested. So if it is approved, as a project manager and the developers, there is really not that much we can do. We simply perform the change request immediately. So, and also it's not stating that the new original requirement is affecting. So it's just saying that it is contradicting. So contradiction can happen. So the problem is when it affects.
Okay. I think the word contradicting is important, right? If it is acceptable, they will not use the word contradicting. See, A is represented as a B. It's contradicting. If a change is to be B, yeah, we're fine with that. But no. Okay, I see your point there. Thanks, Sabrish. Any other person for the D? Let me ask this question. At what stage of the project you do feasibility study?
At the beginning.
Initiation.
Initiation phase.
Is it in the business case approval stage, after approval stage, or before approval stage? Where you will do feasibility? What does feasibility means?
Whether it's doable or not, like a POC, right?
Is it doable or not? Let's talk about this one. Boom, 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 boom. In India, we have this bullet train project happening. At least we are talking this for last 5, 8 years, I believe. Do you think feasibility study would have happened for this project?
Yes, 2 trains are running
Yes.
for pilot running too.
Could have. Maybe I didn't really read the full detail, but it would have happened. Now, after feasibility study only, business case get approved. And only the business case approved, you start collecting the requirements. Is this most of the case true?
Yes.
Most of the case true? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go by that logic to understand this question. I'm yet to declare the answer. I'm trying to understand the question like you. So I will keep this as a 2 stages. I will keep as a stage 1 feasibility study was conducted. Let's imagine for a bullet train project in 2014 or 2016, they do the feasibility study. Requirement gathering would have started immediately, or maybe in 2018 they would have started this requirement gathering. It's a selected. Product requirements are selected. After data analysis, something was happening. Let's imagine 2020, something was happening. One item. Yeah, change request has now been approved. That contradicts. Contradicts means likely we heard that they say A, and there it is written as B, change, with the original requirement. So look like this team is maintaining a versioning. Of course, they'll have a version. In this version, there is something called scope baseline. Have you heard about scope baseline?
Yes.
That is a scope
Yes.
baseline version 1. Now they made a change of it, some timeline, and they have something called scope baseline version 2. Now, what is happening here is when the version 2 came here, something has happened here, which is totally contradicting with what is happening. Now, in this answers, you can fight back and say that the purpose of change itself to contradict, you can fight on it. The purpose of change itself to contradict the original requirement. You can fight for it. But unfortunately, that is not given in the answer. The answer is going in a different direction, saying that whether that change is right or wrong, that's what we are going. So I heard two arguments here. One argument says that, Shri, you know what? I will request a feasibility study for the new product. A question is, since it has already happened, based on that, the requirement gathering is done, is it beneficial to go back to feasibility again? Is it beneficial? Question to all the team members here, not only one group, all the team members. Is it beneficial to go to feasibility study again?
No.
Not actually, since we already know it's contradicting. I mean, it really doesn't make sense to go back and do the whole thing again.
Yeah, but if the question is on feasibility study itself wrong, then I think we have to go for it. I don't think that area we get inside. So a bit tricky to say B is the right answer. Let's hold on. Let's come to D. D is perform the change request immediately. Why there is an urgency here? Why we have to use the word immediately?
No. Hey, Neeraj here. I want to add here is why the D answer and why the change request needs to be approved immediately, because the thing has been done already. The earlier feasibility study had some failures, so the data has been changed, upgraded, and it has been analyzed and approved by the CCB also. So that means there is an ample amount of time invested into this change.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the next change which has been received should be taken ahead as soon as possible in order to respect the scope and timeline.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So which means the second version coming wrong is going to be expensive. So we have to do that work immediately. Okay. Then let's see the right
Yes.
answer. All right. Let me bring the right answer. Ooh, we went with the answer D. Isn't it? Let's see that. Approved change request may necessitate new or revised cost estimates, activity sequence, schedule dates, resource needs, analysis of risk response possibilities, which means whenever a change comes in, it is going to impact on few areas. The areas are scope, schedule, cost,
Your 6
quality.
constraints, basically.
Yes, resource. What is the other one?
Risk.
Risk.
Yes.
So can I expect there could be consequences on this area? Is it possible?
Yes.
So approved change request may necessitate new or revised cost, sequence, schedule, all happening. This may result in adjustments to the project management plan and other project documents, which means you are expected to do immediate action. That's what I heard from at least Dheeraj, right? Just mentioning that perform the change request immediately because something is wrong here, which will impact many parameters. Now, I was mentioning that why B cannot be a good answer. I was mentioning that because the feasibility study would have happened, post feasibility study requirement gathering would have happened. Based on the requirement gathering, I use a term called scope baseline. What scope baseline means? Any thoughts? What does a baseline means?
What to do and what not to do. I mean, that agreement.
It's on the top.
Agree, right?
You have
Fantastic.
this. Yeah.
I agree. Fantastic, right? Agree. When I say agree, bullet train project. Which country is doing bullet train for India?
Japan.
Okay, Japan-based organization. I think plus India-based somebody will be there. I don't know who involved. So now, when the baseline comes out, do you think it's a mutual agreement with this two party?
Yes.
Yes.
See, based on feasibility study, we collected the requirements and based on that, we mutually agreed. If there is mistake on mutually agreed, you have to correct that. You cannot go back to your feasibility study until other than the question it says that feasibility study itself wrong. Then you go for it. The requirement is wrong, not the feasibility study is wrong. Feasibility studies can bullet train sustain in Indian way of land, weather condition. Yeah, that's a feasibility study. But based on that, the contract has been agreed. Baseline has been signed. If a baseline goes wrong, correct the baseline, not the feasibility study. So that's where the answer D goes in. Yeah, you got that? People went with the B. Interesting, right?
Okay. Yes.
Interesting question. All right. I think I
No,
should.
very, very fascinating because everything looks right, but not right.
Of course, that's the management world. Okay, it took more than the time what I planned today, but good thing is
Thanks.
today we spoke about the success. Sharda gave some inputs. If somebody missed it, listen to the recording at the beginning, and we spoke some of the question model. Quickly, what are the takeaways from today's session? Any one or two words you captured it? This is what you learned today. Something on your notes.
As a basics, you need to read the books first and get your concepts clear.
Read the concepts clearly. And how about systems thinking? What is systems thinking?
Holistic approach.
Holistic approach, right? TQM.
Total company.
Total quality
Governance
management.
Supply chain,
Governance.
management, quality, finance, everyone involved in quality parameter, right? And Pareto chart, Pareto analysis, 80-20.
80-20 principle.
Right? And also we learned how to read a question bottom. I think Sabrish gave an idea, read the last line and go for the answer. That's also one of the idea. We can do that. So there are many techniques here. And also we listen to Sharda, maintain the consistency of reading and practicing question. She also says that whatever you practice in ShriLearning, close to that, the main exam is there. But still, main exam will have new questions. You will not get any question repeated. These are only a simulation. When you go to main exam, they'll have a different set of questions. But at least your mindset get ready. Yeah. Good then. Was it a good Sunday?
Yes.
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 Good. Let's go back Monday till Friday. Let's put the effort. Stay away from television, mobile, laptop. Focus on your goal and keep up the consistency. Next Sunday, we'll meet with more thought process. Maybe we have another person who cleared PMP will come here. Yeah. Good wishes until then. People have the classes.
So,
We'll continue within 1 hour. We'll talk about
yeah.
PMP.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.